the week. My name's Joe. I'm on universal credit because I'm an incapable, unemployable white father who lives in Scotland, in Glasgow. Now, effeminate men working with the DWP and universal credit are quite happy to say I just need to know how to do a better curriculum vitae, because having a good CV is going to get me the job that I want, even though if you do background checks for criminals, Scotland agrees with Poland and says that I am one. Now, what have I done not to be allowed to gain employment? What have I done not to be allowed to gain employment in this country? Well, my children were abducted by a crazy Polish woman who I trusted and loved, and I have to wear that for the rest of my days. Now, being an impoverished white man, living with nothing and given no opportunity, as criminals are treated with the 5-star treatment in Scotland and the UK, as our services topple. Hiya, I'm alright. Private businesses, people know how to talk face to face with people. When it gets to the council, Universal Credit, the Department of Work and Pensions, they want to roll this out. They want to roll this universal credit to all countries. The dystopian lifestyle is what we've got to look forward to, because they've broke all the services in the UK. We were the most advanced country. We still are if we stop now. We don't park in where you can turn corners and double yellow lines to make things significantly difficult for the other inhabitants of our town. But it seems those coming into this town don't have any standards. A Muslim woman pretending not to speak English, she parked right on the corner that everyone turns and got into Barhead, where Pizza Hut is. Some of the things that's going on. This is the smallest things. I complain about the smallest things in the world because the biggest things will just make me cry. Like my son and daughter being abused by women in Poland in Gorzów Wielkopolski, sponsored by the Catholic Church, called Jana Pawła II, which is in Gorzów Wielkopolski. Every word of this. 2 prosecutors. The first one, my ex-partner and her family's neighbour friend prosecutor, who threw me in a prison cell. Yeah, threw me in a prison cell in Gorzów Wielkopolski. Called me a terrorist. No food, no drink. Just in a cell with the craziest drunken Polish guys coming in and out. That's what they do. I don't drink. So they tried to create some fear. This friend of the family in Gorzów Wielkopolski tried to create fear. I know her. I see her and her family in Gorzów, Lidla, very often. Prior to her criminal assault on me, and after the criminal assault, and after, good morning, hi. What are you? I'm a loser white father who has got no human rights. So what am I? Whatever you call me, that's what I am. You're so gorgeous. We need to look after our children. Women are abusing them. What a gorgeous wee man he was there. Now, if you've got any questions you want to ask me about how much of a loser I am, I've failed in life. I didn't get through my entire life wanting to be this failure. I always had an eye for ladies, and that has been my main downfall. I was a knob. I didn't cheat on my ex-partner. No, I didn't. She did many times, but when you forgive this kind of thing, you're the fool. It's not about cheating or anything. You don't care about that when you kind of get past who you are. You don't care if anyone's ever cheated in any way or ever will cheat on you. You don't care about these things. The love is there for your children and want to make things right. I mean, I want to make things right for my ex-partner who is abusive, who did lie with the most significant false allegations to ruin my life and abuse my children. I'd still stick by that woman that abuses children because I'm a loving, caring man. I know that somewhere in the deepest, darkest pits of Cash's soul, there's still a little beat. There's still a little lifeblood, and that'll go for the same for you. If you're on here just to be cruel and mean and try to put me down, you couldn't put me down any further than abducting and abusing my children. You couldn't go any further than what's happened to me in this town. They're trying to kill me off here. I mean, they are. Universal credit, this universal credit thing. I'm being kicked off my universal credit, which they do very often. They're doing this on the 20th of the 8th, which is tomorrow. I couldn't care less. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. They're doing it to try and upset me. They do it all the time. Now, I know many of you could say, go and get a job. I'm offered jobs all the time. I'm offered jobs by big companies because they want me to run their sales teams. But as soon as they do a background check, they won't take me on. Says that I'm a stalker, a women beater. Says that I'm barred for 6 years from approaching the woman that abducted and abuses my children. No, this is the Polish prosecutor I'm telling you about. That prosecutor can now step aside and use another male prosecutor called Krzysztof Rosinski. He was willing to step in and help out his little Eastern Star, feminist, Polish prosecutor friend. Because that's her boss. Krzysztof Rosinski is Prosecutor Catherine's boss, and Prosecutor Catherine lives right next to my son and daughter who were abused by the babcia, the grandmother, the grandfather and the mother. She's abused by the entire family. Now this is what goes on in Poland. Child abuse is something that goes on. This is how you control children and make them become abusers. Now if any of you have got compassion or you care for anyone other than yourself, you'll have feelings when things are going wrong or being done wrong. You don't need to understand fully the ins and outs or the legals and obligations of any construct to understand it in your heart. You can feel when something's right. You know automatically when something is dangerously wrong. And right now within all of our services, we've collapsed them. We've meant to bring them down. Now the UK is doing this, and it's going to be an international thing. Scotland, the Freemasons, the Eastern Star, the Catholic Church and the Protestant Church, they're the same thing. So all the old people, all those good old people, they sit back and do nothing. Dangerous, you're on live talking about it peacefully in public. So dangerous. I wish I could understand what you mean. Goes on more in Scotland. Benjamin, you're right, Benjamin Holmes. Maybe it does go on more in Scotland. It is Scottish Rite Freemasonry. I mean, Donald Trump, while these international meetings were going on, did come to Scotland, and it wasn't about playing golf. This is where he gets his orders. This is find out who's going to be sacrificed. Who's going to be propelled into as the big man in the next stage of this takedown. There's nothing dangerous about speaking the truth, and that's what's wrong with many of you out there. If you think it's dangerous to speak the truth, especially about children being abused by women, by mothers, by the Polish town in Gorzów Wielkopolski, the small part called Gocin, with the Roman Catholic Church called Jana Pawła II, who all have supported the ongoing abuse. I couldn't care less what kind of danger someone thinks I'm in. I couldn't care less if the biggest team of the hardest men were coming here to put me in danger. Because I don't feel danger. I feel like idiotic little Fear-mongering cowards don't speak their mind. And if you don't speak your mind, you're going to be a coward. And if you've got children and you're a coward, then they're in danger. And then the cycle continues. Does that make sense? You're the one that acts like you're in danger. Man, I'm trying to get a message across, like children are being abused, and you try and pass the buck like you shouldn't speak about it. That is the sign of a predator. You're giving out the signs of predators, like you're not willing to assist on children being abused. Andrew Howard, be a man and stand up for what's right by being quiet. Oh my goodness me. Are you just triggered? Have you abused children and you don't want to be caught? Does a man to you keep quiet and shrink away? Have you always been foolish in this way? Gold Raider headquarters, stop being a coward. Yeah. When it's AI or just a bot or someone incapable, I mean, you're not even shown there, but you can put comments. You fool. You are the one that creates danger for children. You create danger for children in their lives. You've obviously failed or abused children. Action speaks louder than words. What are you on about? It's like, have you got like a book of small sayings there, and you're thinking, maybe I can seem to be smart if I use this. You're an incapable man that's just spoken out to say that you would willingly be quiet to allow the abuse of children, and blame the man willing to speak as being dangerous. It's a terrible thing going on. Any type of child abuse is terrible. Do you see when these people, that obviously predators like Andrew Howard, I take it that would be a fake name, a fake account, but maybe not. Predators make mistakes, child abusers make mistakes. He'll still be there. The details from this thing still be there. I'm not a coward. When something goes wrong, I know something wrong. I do what's right. My friend, you've just said you would keep quiet when children are being abused. It's on back there further in the notes. You're a fool. You foolish man. Are you the type of person that's working in Universal Credit? Do you work for the Department of Work and Pensions? I deal with slimy little desperados like you most of the day. You really don't know what is right. If right came up and started slapping you around the head, you wouldn't understand what was going on. And Andrew Howard is a predator. Andrew Howard is not worth the safety of children. You're the type of man that Jimmy show evidence, make a difference, stop being a coward and just talking and putting other people down. My friend, when you speak predatory, you're going to get pulled up. Whenever you say things that are going to put children in danger and you're on, this is mine, this is where I speak. You can't come on here and tell me not to speak. You're the predator, being foolish, creating problems and putting children in danger. Andrew Howard, you're not human. You're not human. You're calling me a disgusting human, and this is my platform. You're coming on my platform telling people to be quiet about child abuse, endangering the life of children, and then calling other people's names because you're a predator. It's all about your feelings, and that's what's wrong. You're what's called an effeminate little boy, man. You'll never be a man. It's not about putting you down as a human, because you don't have the human touch to help children who are put in vulnerable positions. You leave children in vulnerable positions. You have to say things like, oh, because you're a perverted predator. What's it like living as a perverted predator? This is my platform. Look, I mean, I've showed you where I live. I've showed everything about me. And what I know is you're a coward. You're a coward who abuses and hurts children. You may not even be real. You may be a little slimy boy, because you sound like a little slimy boy. You're saying about actions speaking louder than words. Well, both your words and your actions, you've come in on someone else's platform and talking like a predator, and you want them to join in. Lights out for you, my brother. Listen, you're a predator. You're no brother of mine. I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you, okay? Because it's predators like you that go to hell. Maybe you're in Indonesia and you are a predator. Maybe I already know you. Maybe you're in Poland and you're a predator. What have I jumped at? Exactly, my friend. I'm talking to this predator. I do live talks. I'm a father. I've got 2 children been abducted. Andrew Howard is trying to ask a father like myself to keep quiet about the rights of children online. So I'm sorry, James, it's nice to see a man coming in here, but we've got a predator online that obviously abuses children and wants other predators and normal men to keep quiet for the predators. That endangers the life of children. Then it says somehow he knows me saying I'm the problem. No, you told me to be quiet when I'm talking about children's safety. Andrew Howard, you come on other people's platforms. I don't think you're human. You call me names and disgusting names and tell me to be quiet on my platform. This is mine. This isn't yours. I'm trying to say actions speak louder than words. Then what are you doing in someone else's platform that's called Unified Parental Alienation International Network and asking them to be quiet about child abuse? You utter, foolish little freak. You're the problem. You're the problem in the world. Andrew Howard, preach something that is beneficial and helps the aid of oh my God. I'm glad this is on. I'm glad. I hope these get to be saved. You're a bitter predator who no man or woman who our parents would leave their children with. There's nothing beneficial would happen with you when you're talking about dealing with children. It says, I literally never said I want to be quiet. No, you told me to be quiet when I was talking about how to help children after being abducted by abusive women in Gorzów Wielkopolski, Gorczyn, Jana Pawla II. Now, why don't you learn how to communicate? See how you speak or you get to communicate on my channel. I don't block you. Do you know why? Because you look the fool. I don't need to say anything other than, look at this guy, he's a predator. Go back and look at what he's wrote. He's trying to get a father on his Father's Right channel to be quiet. Now, predators do that. It's normally women that are financed Eastern stars. Now are you a woman hiding behind an Andrew Howard? Or are you just a predator where children are abused by things like you, where you tell men, fathers, to be quiet on their own channel? You're literally, I'm trying to understand you're tragic in what you're trying to do. You're a perverted mind that comes on other people's channels. This is mine. I speak about what I want on here. You could find out where I am if you're a smart person. If you're not a coward, come and speak to me face to face. If you want to do a face to face, I'll do a face to face. I'll give you my number. I'll give you my contact details. Because the only thing I'm worried about is men like you that try and stop men like me that protect children. You utter foolish little freak. So you know why you're a predator. Everyone on here knows why you're a predator. But you are putting me down and saying I'm the worst of the worst. No, you put you down. A predator puts himself down. You're the predator. You come on and you tell a man on his channel, this is my Father's Right channel. You utter fool. You stupid little fool. You have no idea what people are trying to say. This is my channel. It doesn't matter what people are trying to say. I control it. I can tell you what you can say. You utter fool. Get a channel, Andrew Howard, and you speak about your predatorial views about children being abused. You little freak. But if you come on mine, I'll come after you. You little freak. Don't tell me what I can and cannot say when it's my own channel. You little freak. You little predator. You're so auto-tune about everything. No, you're so predatory about children. You're a predator. You're not to be trusted. You probably work for the government. You've probably let down every child that's ever come into round about your significant area. Utter fool. Where are you calling me a freak? Why are you calling... You're a freak because you're a predator. You want this father to be quiet on his own channel? Who are you? Who are you? You utter freak. Why are you getting so angry about someone else's opinion? Listen, if you never told me to be quiet on my own Father's Rights channel, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to a useless predator like you who told me to be quiet. You tried to show that you had something up here. Now you've shown you've got nothing up here, nothing down there, apart from ready to attack children, you fool. It's not my fault you don't know how to communicate. No, I know it's not. It's live, talking to a wall. Of course it is. I am the wall. I've just looked back at his comments too, and I can't see what he said wrong. Laugh out loud. No, you don't need to. It's me walking and talking. Any one of you dudes, man, this is live. There's about 100 people. Now, more than half of them are bots. If men want to come on and act like little ladies, you can all do that. You can come on in tandem and do that. You're not going to affect me and what I do for the safety of my children and other children. But I'm telling you, most of you wouldn't be worth babysitters. You wouldn't be worth £10 an hour. You wouldn't be trusted. You wouldn't ever be trusted. You can't come on anyone and tell them on their own channel where they get to voice their opinion. And believe me, there's a safety act in this country. So if I'm saying something that's wrong, the authorities like yourself, the little fools like yourself, the little foolish authorities, I know you are them. They'll hide behind and they'll try and use AI to put other men down. See men like myself that live without their children every day? You try to make me feel suicidal, don't you? That's what you're trying to do. And I know there's a little team of you. You're incompetent. Andrew Howard, more than likely, you're a policeman, you don't have children, and you endanger children. You foolish little man. It says you're projecting your inner feelings, what you did to your kids. Maybe you're right, my friend. Maybe everything you're saying is right, but that doesn't mean you're not a predator and no one would ever trust you. Whatever you're saying I've done to my kids, you've got that opinion to do that. My ex-partner called me a rapist. You can agree with her. She said I beat her every day. You can agree with that. I get called lots of things. I get called lots of names for little ladyboys like you, little predators that would never have children or children would never be in your custody. You're not a decent human being. How does beat you ass if I seen you in public? The I see you is where I see you. Come on. This is where I show you where I live. I hide nothing. You're a coward. I've been on 5 minutes and you seem to be talking a bit out of turn. I know, because it's only me you can hear talking. It's only me that is talking. If I talk out of turn, it's because I can, because this is mine. If I speak and you think it sounds great, it's because I can, it's because it's mine. If I'm incompetent and useless, it's because that's what I am to you, and that's fine too. Do you not understand, police officers watching over this account, that I can see through your little accounts? If you want to put me in the ICU, come and do that. All I want is time my children, you utter fools. You're not men, you're little children. If I'm saying the wrong thing, that's okay. This is mine. This is mine. And if you're one of those coppers that are doing this, you useless, foolish little... See, I see you go. With your wee hat, your wee PC hat on. You protect child abusing lowlifes. I see yous all go at the same time, and I let yous know I know who you are. You foolish police officers trying to get fathers to commit suicide by talking down their children and calling them rapists and things. Here, bro, you've just said your ex accused you. Surely you can't speak that about other people. My friend, James, that's mentioned many times, you're obviously part of the police, and there's your wee other pal coming on now. Now yous can come on here, are yous going away to AI to find out more? Yeah? I can speak about what I want when I've cleared my name through court. When she's admitted in court that a women's charity told her to lie about me beating her and raping her, then little foolish men like you can come on and say what they want to me, because I'm bulletproof. In fact, come with a gun and shoot at me, because I'd prefer not to be here. Because you are little cowards. You're little cowards, and you can't get the better of one father. It shows how stupid as a gang of little policemen you are. And I accept my consequences of me kicking you. Go on, come on. Telling them to go to your location. It happens all the time. It's only you saying this. You and your tag buddy James, do you abuse children together, but you don't know the definition of being a man? Is there a definition? Is there a definition? Does that include what you're doing? A predator to children? You little foolish policeman. Come and see me. Come and show me how you'll put me in the ICU. Come and do it. Come put me in the ICU, Andrew Howard. You little predator. You little coward. Andrew Howard, the little coward. I'll not carry on. Now this is my channel, and this is where I say goodbye to the DAIU, the Domestic Abuse Investigation Unit. Hiya! You're the ones causing fathers to kill themselves. You are. You abuse children. We know you're sitting behind different names, police officers. Huh? We know this is what you do. Freaks. Freaks that abuse children. It's you that slaps your own mother about. It's you that slaps your daughter about, and it's you that causes trouble in people's lives. He qualifies for it all. I've qualified for worse than that. I've just told you. Qualified for way worse than what any of you policemen can say. Look at your little handles, letting each other know number 1 tag, number 2 tag. Oh my God, you would really try and hurt anyone. Yous are predators. Predators. Oh, let me go back and check. I'll speak to you predators again tomorrow. Maybe hopefully today. AI couldn't make any of you too intelligent, no. I mean, the most help from the most intelligence, you'll still be left after 2 days of hardcore education. You'll still be predators. There's nothing good about any of you two wee coppers. Goodbye. You're the one that lives in the box. You don't even know how to speak, man. You don't have anything worthwhile to say other than, hello, I'm Howard the coward, who's a predatorial freak that works for the police. You useless freak. Ciao ciao for now, little boys. I'm going to say a prayer for you.